In this video, we shall be talking about CSS in HTML, how to apply CSS in HTML. We shall continue with this web document that we've been working with, which is our index.html, and we shall be applying CSS to it. There are three ways. There's the inline CSS, the internal CSS, and the external CSS. For the inline CSS, which is we'll be using that where we will use the style attribute to work, and we can use it to change different things, border, background color. Let's say we want to change background color to purple. That's all. We save, and let's change the font color to white. So you can apply more than one CSS property. Background color is a CSS property, and color is another CSS property. We want to change the font color to white. So all we need to do is save, come here and run it. You see that the inline CSS applies to just that first paragraph. But there's the internal CSS and the external CSS. For the internal CSS, we apply it in the head, where we use the style attribute as an element. The style is an element and also an attribute. We want to change all paragraphs, the background of all paragraphs to black. So we just say P. P is an element, like all P paragraph. We want to change the background color to white. Can you see that? I want to change the font. The background color is already white. We want to change it to black, and font color to white. Now once you save this, come here and run. You see that it applies to every P tag, every paragraph except the first paragraph. Why? Because inline CSS has more impact than internal CSS. We discussed all these things in our CSS tutorial for beginners series. So it's also a playlist like this one. This is the HTML tutorial for beginners series. This video is part of that series. If we want to change the background color for all of them, we can just use the body. We just say body. We open our curly brackets and want to change the background color of the web page to blue. How about blue? And okay, just background color. We save it, we come here and run it. So it makes life easy, because one line of code affects everybody. This man wants to change it to white. So what do? We say block quotes, right? Because it's block quotes. We want to change it to white. So we want to change the font color to white. You can use the RBG too if you want to pick. It has color picker. You can use the RBG to pick what color you want it to, and it will work just fine. If we want to use this for external CSS, what we'll do is the same thing. We can use the same thing for external CSS. We'll just cut this. If it's the same line of code, this controls the entire web page, right? See, only this inline CSS it's exempted. So we'll cut it out and open and paste this here. You can come and select the language in VS, but we won't do that. We'll just paste it. Now we've pasted it. Let's make our work look good. So we'll save this, and we are saving it as a CSS file. We name it index. We are saving it in the same folder that we saved the CSS, and then we'll come back to index to import what we saved. We'll import it in the head element with the link element. It's an empty element. So we'll say red. Red means relationship. This relationship is where you define what you're actually importing. We are importing a style sheet. And then next is href. Href is where we state where we are importing this style sheet from. Because it's in the same folder, we just say index css.css because it's in the same folder. So by the time we save this and come here to rerun it, you see that that same thing is back. So if we make any change here, let's say we want to change this block code to, okay, let's change it background color to something we can relate with. Let's change something like this, something close to this, make it look good. If I save this CSS, I come here and rerun, you see that it changes the background color of the website. This is the site too, but because we have imported it, it's this thing now that controls the site. You can decide to change the block code font color. Let's make it to be more of a red, right? If we save this and come here to run, you can see. So each of them have their own function, but remember that inline has more priority over internal, and internal has priority over link. We have this explained in our CSS tutorial for beginners series. This is just a brief for you to have an idea of how CSS work. There's a lot you can do with CSS on a site. It's not just for color. You can change border, you can handle your navigation. Some people use external for navigation so that any web page you're using, just import it. You can use CSS for a lot of things. So if you're new, this is Coditure, is a tech platform where we discuss tech and we teach coding and discuss everything that has to do with tech. If you're a lover of tech, please do it to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in our next video.